at least physically, be present here in Sri Dham Mayapur. Some of us visit, some of us stay. And none of this would be possible for any one of us or most of us without the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So currently where I am, I'm able to see the beautiful TOVP. Maybe I can also give you the darshan of TOVP, although I don't know whether the camera will work, but no, it will. Maybe some of you can see. Can you see the darshan of TOVP?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu.
So this is the main dome of TOVP, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, the glorious temple that many, many devotees are giving their life to put together as a project. And many devotees in Kanhaiya Desh are also assisting with the project. So I thank you for that. It's the desire of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj to fulfill the desire of Srila Prabhupada to have the most wonderful temple in the glory of Panchatattva and Radha Madhav. So looking at this beautiful temple, and I also pray to Sri Radha Madhav and Ashtashakhi. I pray to the most glorious Panchatattva, whose holy Dham protects us. And the Mayapur Dham doesn't protect only those who reside here, but everybody who chants the names of Sri Radha Madhava and the names of Panchatattva get residence in the holy Dham and are protected by the holy Dham. So I'd like to offer some prayers to the deities, the most beautiful form of lordship here. And what can I say? We also offer our prayers to Narsingadev Bhagwan and Prahlad Maharaj, and to the Srila Prabhupada, to the Bhajan Kutir, to the Yoga Peeth, and the innumerable places of pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this holy town. Although most fallen, but I feel that if in this lifetime there is a chance, just by trying to take shelter, not taking shelter, but trying to take shelter, I may meet with some success. And I always pray that everybody in Kanhaiya Desh also meets the same success in the devotional service while taking shelter of Sri Dham Mayapur and the Panchatattva. So we will chant the prayers of Radha Madhav, and then we will start our discussion on Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. But Prabhus and Matajis, I'm specifically going in a certain order. I'm going in an order which we must meditate upon when we approach Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'm trying to follow the same order in today's discussion in terms of our prayers. First to the assembled devotees, and then subsequently to the holy Dham and to the Lordship, and so on. So whoever can, please do participate in singing this bhajan together, the Radha Madhav bhajan. Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Braja Janaranjana.
Also, they can see their personal work, and also they can work based on that.
Jana Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Giri Varadhari, Jaya Yashodanandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, Jaya Yashodanandana, Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripaha tamaham vande Shri Guru Dina Tarine. Hare Krishna. So, I'd like to welcome everyone in our continuing discussion on Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Right at the onset, at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada describes that one must approach Srimad Bhagavatam very systematically. Prabhupada, in the introduction and preface, clearly gives, in a very organized way, what is the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam. Namely, he describes where does the Srimad Bhagavatam come from? What is its purpose for people in general? Who are the devotees who must approach Srimad Bhagavatam? And if we sincerely approach Srimad Bhagavatam, how should we do it? Many topics are discussed like that. It is clear in summary, we could go into details of every topic, but one thing is absolutely clear right at the beginning, that any person who with a sincere heart approaches Srimad Bhagavatam would achieve the topmost result for the human form of life. It is mentioned that the topmost result for human form of life is to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, face to face in person. That is considered the success of the human form of life. That is the end result which one must obtain when one sincerely approaches Srimad Bhagavatam within the parampara of its sincere followers. Prabhupada also mentions there that one must approach it one verse after the other. What does it mean? The how to approach Srimad Bhagavatam, one must have a proper attitude in one's heart. One must know that the moment I lift, I touch, or see Srimad Bhagavatam, this literary form of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. This should be our attitude. We should have zero doubt in our heart before we proceed with Srimad Bhagavatam whether this is or not non-different from Krishna. A sincere sadhaka, a follower in this parampara, fully understands, hears, understands, and accepts that this Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. His Divine Grace also mentions that the first two cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam are the lotus feet of Krishna. The next canto is like the ankle, then the thighs, then the waist, so on and so forth. And Prabhupada encourages that Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means that every single day, we give maximum time of our life to hear about Krishna, to remember Krishna. Manmana bhavmad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. This is only possible for devotees and bhaktas who sincerely take up the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To minimum at least chant the 16 rounds, 16 into 108 times of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, again with proper attitude every single day. And whatever remaining time is left, we engage ourselves, completely immersing ourselves in either reading Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, or preaching Srimad Bhagavatam and its glories all around the world. Prabhupada said, Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, we must all read every single day. So Nityam, the word Nityam means every day. Nityam actually means every moment. Because in human form of life, we count every day as a new day. So every day we must read and hear together. How is this seva to be performed? Ideally, this seva is to be performed in the association of other sincere followers of Srimad Bhagavatam who want the same result. What is the result? The result is we want to become unalloyed devotees of Sri Krishna. We want to know Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes, such that one day we can see Krishna through his name, form, qualities, and pastimes. So this seva is ideally performed and best performed in the association of devotees. So we must have like-minded devotees coming together like you all are coming together now. And we are coming together every morning. With that aim in mind, with that proper attitude in mind, we must start from the first word of Srimad Bhagavatam, go through every single verse, every single word by word meaning. We should go through then the translation and the purports. With the mood that this word of Srimad Bhagavatam, the one that we are reading, that word of Srimad Bhagavatam will change my life forever. It is this word that I'm reading now is going to show me Krishna. It is this word of Srimad Bhagavatam that I'm reading now is going to remove the anarthas from my heart forever. With such attitude, if we take every single word, then that is what Prabhupada wanted us to do. Srila Prabhupada dedicatedly, tirelessly, barely taking few hours, 1 or 2 hours rest every day, despite his heavy and very busy schedule, used to every single night for hours Whenever the whole world is sleeping, as Bhagavad Gita says, the saint, the sage is there awake. He used to get up and he used to give Srimad Bhagavatam to us. In fact, the Brahma Vimohan Leela, it is described, it was recorded in the last days of Srila Prabhupada, when every word, if Srila Prabhupada had to speak, he had to put in a lot of effort. And the disciples of Srila Prabhupada used to hold the dictaphone all the time next to Srila Prabhupada, not knowing when the next word would come out. And in that state, Srila Prabhupada gave the whole chapter, the whole purports were recorded like that. So we cannot even imagine how much sacrifice that Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's sincere disciples, those serving in DBT, those recording, those editing, took to capture these divine messages. And I wanted to just highlight this point, because a lot of times when we perform this seva, we just go through like stories. We just flip pages. And when we discuss, then devotees say, Prabhu, we don't remember, we can't remember everything, which is okay. We understand we are in a yuga where we can't remember everything, but they also don't remember the message, the key message of changing our heart, of changing, progressing in our spiritual life, surrendering to Shri Guru and Gauranga. So why am I sharing all of this? I'm sharing that before we start reading, every time we must meditate on what is it that we are approaching. I'll give you an example. When you have a very important meeting in your office, or wherever you're employed, office, business, school, university, when you have a very important engagement, at that point in time, if you know, most of us, what do? They will take out the best shirt. They will make sure, they'll go in front of the mirror. They'll see, okay, is my tie all right? Is my shirt all right? Is my cufflinks, my watch? Am I wearing the best pen, handkerchief, all of that? We dress ourselves. We check. Then we think before approaching the personality or the person. Oh, I have a meeting with the president, or I have a meeting with the minister. In my previous role, I had engagements with very senior people, ministers and like that in the government. So, we would make sure that we are perfectly attired, our mind is completely focused, and we were very clear what is it that we want out of the minister. Now in Srimad Bhagavatam, I described to you from one angle what we want from Srimad Bhagavatam, to see Krishna. But from another angle, I want to share with you what is it that we want from Srimad Bhagavatam. What we want from Srimad Bhagavatam is not to take anything from Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a seva. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, or approaching Srimad Bhagavatam from a devotee's perspective, is that Krishna, with every single word, I want to give myself to you. I want to give myself to you, just like every single personality in Srimad Bhagavatam has given them to you. Krishna, I want to give you everything that I have. Because Sevaya. If we are able to maintain this mood of Sevaya every single day towards Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, then Srimad Bhagavatam will perform, undoubtedly, Lord Krishna and Srimad Bhagavatam will perform its magic. And everything which is an obstacle in our devotional service will be taken away. It will be removed. It is not something that only Tapana Mishra Das has to confirm. Every sincere devotee who has taken the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam historically has given this certainty. So the process of Shravan and Kirtan must go together. And Srimad Bhagavatam Sevaya must happen every single day. Now for the pleasure of the devotees in Kanhaiya Desh and for the devotees, for the pleasure of the Lordship actually, and the Guru Parampara that we have. We all started when this whole thing of coronavirus was starting out around Gaur Purnima, now more than 3.5 months. We all started together to perform this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. And in our vow for performing this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, we took a vow that we, until this whole COVID lockdown is not finished, we will continue every single day to take sincere shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we will all read together. And we started from the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, and every day we would read, and we will go on and we'll proceed. And then we went all the way till the 10th canto and 29th chapter. So that's about 3.5 months. We started from the beginning and we went every single verse and translation and purport like that. And we took some and we would discuss 1.5 to 2 hours every day. And everybody who participated, as Srimad Bhagavatam says, the ones who asked the questions, the one who gave the answer, and everybody else, as Srimad Bhagavatam described, there are 3 people in this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. There are 3 personalities who get maximum benefit. First, the person who asked the questions on the topics related to Sri Krishna and his devotees gets immense benefit. Second, who responds with answers, like Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, Shukdev Goswami answered. Shaunaka Rishi asked the question, Suta Goswami answered. Vidura asked the question, Maitreya Rishi answered. Dhruva asked the question, Narada Muni answered. Narada Muni asked the question, Brahmaji answered. So on like this, everybody who asked the question and the one who gave the answer, they all benefit. And the third personalities who benefit, those who are hearing, those who are present. All 3. Why? Because Krishna and Krishna's words are all auspicious. They are all auspicious. In such a way, example, let's say we are in this environment. The moment you put the most fragrant flower in the middle of this room, it will all emanate a beautiful fragrance and the whole room will become purified. The moment you put Krishna Prasad on your tongue, the whole process, the taste, the satisfaction and the energy. Taste, the satisfaction of the stomach and the energy for the body, all 3 manifest same way or similarly, as an example or analogy or a similarity. 3 personalities, they benefit. Provided these ears become like recipients and the heart becomes like a container to collect the mercy in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, we are performing this service every day, every morning in Hindi and English. And we are trying our best to maintain that mood. Now, even though the lockdown is sort of released or unlocked down and things are started moving forward, we are really requesting devotees, especially in Kanhaiya Desh. Other parts of the world, we are doing my service as a director for Ministry of Education, that's separate. But especially for Kanhaiya Desh, I'm requesting every preacher, every devotee, at least please participate. You like Hindi, you can understand Hindi, do 20 minutes Hindi, we are speaking every morning. If you like, you cannot understand, you like English, you can understand English, no problem. We're doing also in English for 20 minutes. Please participate in that. Hear it. And I can guarantee you, if you participate with the right mood, you will see your life change in 1 month, 2 months. Devotees in Kanhaiya Desh who are participating in the program, they are saying, we are feeling the presence. We are feeling our determination to practice Krishna consciousness is increasing. They're feeling that their attachment towards material things is reducing. They're feeling that their desire to fulfill the order of Guru and Gauranga is multiplying. They're feeling that they want to make a change in their life. They want a simpler life. They don't want to run after money. So on and so forth. But most importantly, we are getting each other's Sangha in the divine association of Lord Shri Krishna and Srila Prabhupada and his sincere followers every single day. And we read today one section of Srimad Bhagavatam where Lord Krishna tells Rukmani Devi, he tells that, oh, most fortunate one, there are people who hear about us, about Krishna, who know about my glories, they associate with me, but they're so unfortunate, still they take shelter of other things. Now, somehow or the other, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we all have become associated with this movement called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And the purpose of this movement is for all of us to actually feel Krishna, experience Krishna, and elevate our consciousness. And if we're doing this for ourselves first, then we can help others. We have all the good fortune for us. You know, everything that we can ask for is available for us. The holy name is available. Srimad Bhagavatam is available. The association of Vaishnavas is available. The spiritual master is there. Everything is there. Everything. Srimad Bhagavatam, if you read from beginning to end, all questions answered. The path is absolutely clear, straightforward. Everything is available for us. It's like in a golden platter, the preparations, the Chapan Bhoga offered to the Lord, the prasad is in front of us. It's brought to us almost like this in front of us. You know, there is no more need. I mean, everything is in front. All we have to do is make that effort to open our mouth and taste it. Open our ears and taste this message, this most potent message of Sri Ram. That's all we have to do. For that, what do we have to do? We have to every day, before we start our work, you know, the nature of work is such, whichever work we do, it's imbued with mode of passion. Rajogun and Tamagun. It is imbued with that. Every day we are exposing ourselves to an environment which is filled with Rajogun and Tamagun. Why not take Krishna's medicine every morning? We should all try to take Krishna's medicine. And Krishna's medicine comes in two forms. Srimad Bhagavatam, Shravanam, and chanting. Sometimes devotee says, Prabhu, you know, we don't have time. We just barely want to chant. And we want to then, you know, move on. And yes, we should chant. We should chant. We should chant every day, 16 rounds. But if you're getting an opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the foremost medicine, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is foremost medicine first for us to hear. If we hear that first, and then we have more flexibility, you know, during the day, chanting, because for this we're creating a Sangha. For this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, we're creating a Sangha where everybody comes together. One person is reading Prabhupada's divine purports, others are hearing, then we hear for about 20 minutes together, We have 5 to 7 minutes discussion, and then we all go on, strengthened to perform our remaining sadhana and worship and our other duties. Sometimes devotees ask, we are not able to focus on chanting. We are not able to chant properly. It will be solved. If we hear about Krishna every single day in the association of Vaishnavas, personal presence of other Vaishnavas, and we open our heart and we share a few words, then the word Krishna will translate from a word to real Krishna. And then when we will chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, with every word, every page, every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam will start appearing in our hearts. The name, the form, the qualities and the pastimes of Lord Krishna that every bhakta so much desires to imbibe in his heart, they will start opening up like a lotus flower, which is closed, if we take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then when we chant, our mind will not trouble us. It will not trouble us. So I request all of you, please participate. Please participate. This is the only way we can really perfect our lives. Or we can move forward in our process of sadhana bhakti. Because when we read alone, we study alone, unless our mind is laser focused, our attitude is absolutely fixed, and our chanting is clear, we will not be able to take shelter. Even if we can, still the foremost of devotees of Lord Krishna, they look for Sangha. You know, Narada Muni was sitting there in the assembly between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami. Narada gave the message to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva gave it to Shukdev Goswami. One would ask, why was Narada Muni sitting there? Like some of us think, I already know. What's the need? Because they want the Sangha of the devotees, the association of devotees. We can read 100 verses on our own, but even if we read one letter in the association of the devotees of Krishna, that one letter will leave a change in our life. From head, it will go to heart. It will change. We can read sometimes hundreds of verses, thousands of pages. But the only thing that they do is make this big, 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 big. Unless we are taking proper shelter. There are devotees who take proper shelter of the holy name. They're able to, but even they desire, as I said, they desire. So we are trying to create this Sangha through various programs that we're having in Kanhaiya Desh. Regularly, we're having every day different programs. Many devotees ask me, a lot of programs, what to do? I answered, I said, a lot of programs, but are you reading Srimad Bhagavatam yourself? Are you hearing Srimad Bhagavatam one verse after the other yourself or not? This is Prabhu, very difficult, not time. I said, please, prioritize this over everything else. You will hear so many pastimes from so many, but what will we, unless Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada said, let's go systematically. First verse, first word of Bhagavad Gita, go till the end. Then start Srimad Bhagavatam, go till the end. Then start Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We must all fulfill this order of Srila Prabhupada. Very important. Now, what do we do? How do we read? So we will now read with that background. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 61st verse, titled Lord Balram slays Rukmi. And we'll start from the first verse. So what do? Every day, whatever section we take, we start there and we go on to read for 20 minutes. So we'll read now, at least for about 7 to 10 minutes, certain verses, and then we'll take up some discussions. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ekekashastaha Krishnasya Putran Dasha Dashabalaha Ajijanan Anavaman Pitu Sarvatma Sampada. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada and his sincere followers. 10.61.3. Shukdev Goswami said, each of Lord Krishna's wives gave birth to 10 sons, who were not less than their father, having all his personal opulence. This was the opulence of Dwaraka. Imagine, Lord Krishna himself, and then each of the wives, the 16,108 wives, the purport says, Lord Krishna had 16,108 wives, and thus this verse indicates that the Lord begot 1,61,080 sons, 161,080 sons. And each one of them were like Krishna. Can you imagine that? How wonderful it would be? Dwaraka, text 2. Grihadanapagam vikshaya raja putreyo achyutam stitam preshtam nyamamasata swam swam natattatva vidastriyaha. Translation. Because each of these princesses saw that Lord Achyuta never left her palace, each thought herself the Lord's favorite. These women did not understand the full truth about him. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur notes that Lord Krishna would leave the palace only with the permission of his wives, and thus each one considered herself his favorite. So whether it's Rukmani, Jambavati, Satyabhama, Satya, and like this, all of these various wives that the Lord had, everybody thought that the Lord was always with them only, and she was the favorite. In the previous section of Srimad Bhagavatam, to give you a context, Lord actually teases Rukmani Devi, and he tries to deflate her pride because she also thought like that. So it's a very beautiful section. If you have time, you can read. Text 3. Charva apcha kosha vadanayata bahunetra saprema hasarasa vikshita valgu jalpe sammohita bhagavato namano vijetum sver vibhrame samshakan vanita vibhumna. Translation. The Supreme Lord's wives were fully enchanted by his lovely lotus-like face, his long arms and large eyes, his loving glances imbued with laughter, and his charming talks with them. But with all their charms, these ladies could not conquer the mind of the all-powerful Lord. Purport. The previous verse stated that Lord Krishna's queens could not understand the truth of the Lord. The truth is explained in the present verse. And that is what Lord Krishna is. The Lord is all-powerful, full in himself with infinite opulence. Because he has infinite opulence, no one can understand him fully. Text 4. Samyavaloka lavadarshita bhavahari Brumandala prahita shaurata mantra shondhe Patnyastu shodashata sodasha sahasram anangabane Yasendriyam vimahitum karnirna sekhu. The arch eyebrows of these 16,000 queens enchantingly expressed those ladies' secret intentions through coyly smiling sidelong glances. Thus their eyebrows boldly sent forth conjugal messages. Yet even with these arrows of Cupid and with other means as well, they could not agitate Lord Krishna's senses. Here goes in the dustbin all these rascals who, because of their corrupted mind, which is imbued with basically sense gratification of the lowest kind, raise this accusation on Lord Krishna's character, because they have never read Srimad Bhagavatam and they've never heard Srimad Bhagavatam from the mouth of a devotee. Srimad Bhagavatam time and again explains the untainted, without blemish character of Lord Shri Krishna, as described also here. The most beautiful queens, princesses, could not agitate the Lord. Text 5. Itaham Ramapatim avapya patim striyasta brahmadayo apina vidhu padavim yadiyam bhejur mudaviratam edithyaya anuraga hasavaloka navasangama lala satyam. Thus these women obtained as their husband the master of the goddess of fortune, although even great demigods like Brahma do not know how to approach him. With ever-increasing pleasure, they felt loving attraction for him, exchanged smiling glances with him, eagerly anticipated associating with him in ever-fresh intimacy, and enjoyed in many other ways. Purport. This text describes the intense conjugal attraction the queens felt for Lord Krishna. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, we even think for a moment? The person who cannot be approached by millions of years of meditation, by the minds of the munis who travel at the speed of mind, they cannot approach even the toenail, the reflection of the bright effulgence of the toenail of this absolute truth. Here are personalities described in the 10th canto who were sitting with the Lord, talking to the Lord, and thought that the Lord is their favorite and they are the Lord's favorite. Very, very unimaginable, very high level of devotion, which gave them this status. Verse 6. Pratyutta kama sama varahara pada saucho tambula vishramana vikyana gandhamale vijjanna gandhamale ye kesha prashara shayana snapano paharaya dasi shata api vibhor vidadu smadasyam. Translation. Although the Supreme Lord's queens each had hundreds of maid servants, they choose to personally serve the Lord by approaching him humbly, offering him a seat, worshipping him with excellent paraphernalia, bathing and massaging his feet, giving him pan to chew, fanning him, anointing him with fragrant sandalwood paste, adorning him with flower garlands, dressing his hair, arranging his bed, bathing him, and presenting him with various gifts. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami explains that Shukdev Goswami is so eager to describe these glorious pastimes of the Lord with his queens that he has repeated these words. That is, text 5 of this chapter is almost identical with text 44 of the 59th chapter in this canto. And text 6 is identical with text 45th of that chapter. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that the term varahana, excellent offerings, indicate that the queens offered the Lord palmfuls of flowers, pushpanjali, and palmfuls of jewels, ratnanjali. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop at this beautiful section. What we just did for about 11 minutes, we do double the amount every day in 2 languages. Many devotees are now coming forward to volunteer for this service. I encourage all of you should volunteer for this service to purify our hearts. I have taken up the service every Friday. I will do it myself. I'll be there at the service of the Vaishnavas at least every Friday in Hindi and English, and I'll try to join as many sessions during the weekdays as well. I request each one of you to please participate and do this service during the weekdays as well, either in hearing or asking questions or in reading. If we all come together in Kanhaiya Desh easily, every 30 days, every day, different devotee. I specifically request that devotees who are pracharaks and preachers must come together every Friday morning. We must do it. It's not optional. It's not like we should try and this and that. We must come. Because that is the only opportunity when we all come together to hear together, discuss together this pastimes of Lord Krishna through Srimad Bhagavatam pages, which will give us the strength. It will build very beautiful relationship between Vaishnavas by hearing each other's realizations and opening our heart and strengthen our community in Kanhaiya Desh. Prabhus and Matajis, the Srimad Bhagavatam must be, we are waiting for the day when 24 hours we can immerse ourselves like the preceptors of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Shukdev Goswami, Srila Parikshit Maharaj, following in their footsteps. We are either hearing, reading, or discussing and sharing Srimad Bhagavatam, thereby absorbing ourselves in the transcendental pastimes of our most beloved Lord Shri Krishna and his devotees. I will pause here, and if devotees have any questions, any realizations, anything that they like to share with others about Srimad Bhagavatam's glorification, or if you want to ask anything from me on what I've shared with you, please do. Hare Krishna. You can unmute yourself and ask any questions or any comments or any charcha or discussion you want to have. And I normally encourage every day, everyone must really meditate and glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. You know, devotees ask me, if we hear, then we must glorify. We can say only one word. We can say a sentence. It is the process of glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam which cleanses the heart. Okay, I pause here. Any comments? Any glorification?
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam, Rit Prakash Prabhu.
Prabhu, thank you so much, Prabhu, actually, for this wonderful service which you did for last, as you mentioned, 2-3 months. And now we can see that most of us, at least we started reading every day, which was on-off, going on actually. But now we became so inspired by this wonderful service, Prabhu. And so now, even the devotee in the camp also, they started reading every day. So thank you very much for that, Prabhu, that inspiration. And as you discussed today,
very inspiring to hear that.
Yes, Prabhu. In the beginning, you discussed wonderful, Prabhu, about the glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that how Srimad Bhagavatam, if we start, Prabhupada mentioned that all the perfection of human form of life will be achieved by Srimad Bhagavatam, because it's not different than Krishna. So same thing, Prabhu, I found in the Bhakti Sandarbha Jiva Goswami, Gopi Pranadhan Prabhu was mentioning that. He said that if someone is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, so 3 kinds of doubt will go away. He mentioned that. The first doubt will go away, that is Krishna God? The basic doubt will go away completely, that yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the second doubt, he said, and if you continue to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, then the second doubt will go away, that can I overcome the obstacles and temptations on the path of bhakti? So even that doubt will go away if you continue to hear and read Srimad Bhagavatam. And the third one he mentioned very beautifully, he said, again, if you continue, then the third doubt, which is, does Krishna love me? He said, even that doubt will go away. And you will realize that, yes, Krishna is a very unique relationship with each individual. And does Krishna love me? And do I love Krishna? And do I trust my relationship with Krishna? So he said, this is these doubts will go away when we have this Nityam Bhagavatam Seva every day if we are reading and hearing. So as you mentioned, Prabhu, in the beginning, so definitely, Prabhu, we look forward that, yes, we can continue this only not for 3 months. We can continue this reading and hearing every day as you started. So, and we can follow it, Prabhu. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada quotes Srila Jiva Goswami from this Sandarbha in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, in the purport.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
These three, and it is the last. One is, who's really God? What is the process? And will he be there for me? Most of us, we understand first and second theoretically, but we have serious doubt on the third one. And the day that doubt clears up, our path to bhakti opens up. The floodgates of Krishna bhakti, they open up. Srila Prabhupada is very kind. And you're very kind for sharing this with us and reminding us of his words. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Braj Prakash Prabhu, for sharing. We have Madhava Prabhu. Madhava Prabhu, please unmute yourself. Hare Krishna. You can also show me your face. I also want to see. It's like, screen if it's possible. To make this impersonal process a little personal. No problem. Please go ahead, Prabhu. Your comment, your question. Madhav Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mayapur Dham, Das Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mayapur Dham.
So this wonderful lecture, Prabhu. That means it's a pure realization. What my understanding from my point of view. So Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, when we hear about that, so as you mentioned that three aspects. One is hearing, one is asking the question, other one is answering that, and third one is hearing both the things. So these three things will come to our senses and realizing ourselves. Lot of changes happening, Prabhu. So this I personally realized that. Thank you for that. And in this Corona period, you are giving this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya is very wonderful. And slowly those anarthas, whatever, but in front of others, I don't know. But others, it is what we realized. Slowly, it is purifying it in our heart. So that we can realize from ourselves. That is sure, Prabhu. So that way, so this is very, very wonderful. And Srila Prabhupada is given excellent purport. So any doubt is there, it slowly get cleared up soon. Thank you very much for giving this wonderful Seva, Prabhu. It is my life. Prabhu. I realized a lot. Thank you very much. To continue this Seva,
we are grateful to the devotees who participate in the service together. And we're grateful to Srila Prabhupada and his disciples who gave us these books. Because where would we be? And you very nicely pointed out one thing. If we sincerely read Srimad Bhagavatam, we will see while reading a certain section, some doubts will come in our mind. And we will see then in the discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam itself, those doubts will get clarified.
You are right, Prabhuji.
Very soon, immediately. It's almost like magical book. Doubt comes and this comes. So that's a test, actually. That's a test. Devotees ask, they say, oh, Prabhu, we sort of lose track. We are reading and then we space out. We're not able to pay attention. I say, how is it possible? If you're paying attention, you cannot space out. If you pay attention to the first word, you cannot space out on the second word. If you pay attention to the first sentence, you cannot space out in the second sentence. If you pay attention to the first verse, you cannot space out in the second verse. So don't space out, just pay attention. And it becomes so, it's like the doubts which are in the deep core of our heart inside, they one by one come out in those verses. And then one does not want to put Srimad Bhagavatam down, because these were the doubts which were haunting us for our whole lifetime and for lifetimes, lifetimes. So when they start coming up and the answers come up, Krishna's mercy, then we feel relieved.
Yeah,
we feel relieved.
Sure. But I'm unfortunate soul that I could not attend daily because of the duty cycle. But still, whenever I get a chance, I immediately come and connect it, Prabhu, as much as powerful. And with
But
your
please
blessings, we are reading this every day, reading Bhagavatam.
Yes. And participate as much as you can. We will see big difference in our lives.
Yes. Sure.
And you can also read one of the days for devotees.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, any other devotees would like to share or ask something? Madhav Prabhu, your hand is still up. And okay. We have also Nam Avatar Krishna Prabhu's hand is up. Prabhu, you can unmute yourself and please ask.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu.
Please accept mine. Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhu, you have mentioned in today, Prabhu, like this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means first you said in every day, then immediately you changes that Nityam means every moment. So this actually, Prabhu, this then it's a. Can you a little bit elaborate on that? Prabhu, how?
Sure. Very valid point. Okay, Prabhu. What is the goal of life? Goal of life is to remember Krishna always and never forget Krishna. Yes? Correct, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Is that for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 24 hours?
So always means 24 hours.
Always means 24 hours, huh?
Yes,
Manmana bhavmad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always tesham satata yuktanam, tesham evanukam partham. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Always it says. Right? So when we read, we absorb, we internalize, we put it in our heart, Krishna's message or the devotee's message. And then we become so happy because we heard something about Krishna that it resonates in our heart throughout the day. Throughout the day, we are associating with that message. And our tongue, our ears become more eager. Okay, when I finish some work, because I want to know what happened next. What happened? What did Krishna say? What did Parikshit Maharaj ask? What did Shukdev Goswami say? What did Kapila Dev say? So we are always thinking like that. So whenever we finish something, we're meditating on that. Whenever it finishes, we immediately want to hear more. And our tongue is eager. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy this Krishna is with me in my life. I want to chant his names. I want to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Like Mahaprabhu showed, tongue could not be controlled. His tongue was always moving, chanting Krishna, 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 could not be controlled. Mahaprabhu himself showed. Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, himself took with his most confidential associates. What was Mahaprabhu doing? He was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. He was asking them, tell me about Kunti Mata's prayers, Kunti Devi's prayers. I want to hear about Dhruva. I want to hear about Prahlad. So the Supreme Lord himself wanted to hear. So that is what is Nityam, Prabhu. It must translate from this, what we do as a matter of duty must translate into what we do out of love. When one is in love, Prabhupada writes here, when a young man and young woman, they're in love, they're always thinking about each other. When we really love Krishna and his devotees, we're always meditating on how to please them through our instructions. So we are either reading, remembering Krishna, or always planning, how can I assist in the mission of Srila Prabhupada according to the order of the parampara. Prabhu, is it helpful what I said?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Very much, Prabhu. Thank you for explaining, Prabhu. I'm just wonder first time now, Prabhu, this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. I'm under the impression that every day we have to read Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. That you said every moment. Nityam means every moment. So I got clear up and very nice explanation, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes, and we must aspire for a life also where our life will allow us to engage in hearing and chanting 24 hours. We must have that desire in our heart. It is the desire which creates the subtle body, and the subtle body which creates the gross body. If we don't have a desire, if we don't have the desire to be with Krishna all the time, to hear and chant all the time, then that day may not come. Srimad Bhagavatam allows us to develop that desire first. We should all aspire for that moment. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Dandavats. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, by associating you in the morning Bhagavatam class, just I am thinking that my job duty is around 11 hours, Prabhu. So I thought that how I will do it like that. And by devotees guided me that you have to finish your chanting before going to your duty. After I am doing, now I started Bhagavatam 20 pages per day, Prabhu. This is all because of you. All purpose Vaishnavas.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so happy to hear that. And you know the secret, Prabhu? If we take shelter of Bhagavatam, as I said, all obstacles, time, place, circumstance, doesn't matter. I guarantee you, if you want with blood.
Yes, Prabhu. This
no obstacle.
Yes, Prabhu. Before I thought that this is not for me because this is for other people because I am working more like that. Now I am thinking that this is what like donkey I am working like that. So I have to do this thing like a wonderful association and Prabhujis are telling. So I have to follow. Now it's nourishing, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Happy to hear that. Thank you, and please continue with full enthusiasm.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. We'll take. Yes.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, Pranams Prabhu.
Pranam, Mataji.
You told that the Dwarka Vasis were his own kith and kin. He had 10 children and one daughter. So he was living with his wife and daughters happily, sleeping with them, eating with them, everything. But when he left the world, why he did not take with them with him, Prabhu?
Why do you feel he did not take them with him?
I don't know, Prabhu, because in Ramayana we hear that Rama took Ayodhya Vasis with him to moksha.
The Lord also took his associates with him. Krishna also took.
Okay.
Yes, he performed a leela afterwards.